All righty. Well, welcome everybody to our Monday night team Zoom. I'm so excited to have you guys on. For anybody who is brand new, my name is Crystal Pearl. I am one of your ambassador Diamond Uplines, and I just want to welcome you to your first team Zoom, if this is your first team Zoom. And for those of you that join us every single week, I'm so excited to see you. It's so fun to see your faces. This is something that we do every single Monday, and it's just really our time to kind of come together and connect as a team. I see a little girl on my screen checking her tooth. I know you guys maybe can't see that, but I just had to give a little shout out over there. But this is something that we do every single week, and what we like to do is we like to get together so that we can bring you tips, tricks, ideas, different things that are really working for us in the business to help you as you go into your week to have a successful week. And this is so exciting because it is April 1st. We are going into a brand new month, and let me tell you, holy crap, March was just complete insanity. It just blew me out of the water. I have never experienced a March this crazy in my entire business. And so it's just so exciting. There's so many of you that had your best months yet in business. There's so many of you that promoted. There's so many of you that brought in the most loyal customers that you've ever brought in before, the most distributors to your team. And so it's just so exciting. I'm so proud of you guys and the hard work that you're putting in. And I'm so excited as we're heading into April because corporate just put some fuel on the fire. Like, we are not slowing down. We are heading into April with fuel on the fire. So if you guys, just a couple of housekeeping things before we get into our topic, but if you did not watch Mark's live earlier today, it was posted in Legacy. Make sure you go and check that out so you know that all of the announcements of what they're doing for us in the month of April. We have BOGO wraps going on until the 3rd right now. So that's for our customers. We can purchase them also as distributors. And what's really cool for us as distributors, for every BOGO wrap we purchase, we're going to get a promo code that we can give to somebody so they can start their business on our team for half the price. And so we're super excited about that. That's so awesome that they're giving us that opportunity. And I mean, you guys stock up on the wraps because they're freaking amazing, and you will see such good results, and it's such a great product to use to share on your social media, to share with people as we're going into summer. You know, right now it's starting to get nice out. People are starting to get their shorts ready, their swimsuits ready, and a lot of people are shaking in their boots right now. They're not ready. So the wraps are a perfect product to help them to get summer ready in a short amount of time. And so we want to be loud about that. Also, rank up bonuses are back. So we have our Emerald Guarantee that is back through this month. And anybody who promotes to Diamond, Double Diamond, Triple, Presidential, or Ambassador, you have a shot to go after some life-changing bonuses. So super exciting. As we're heading into the month, make sure you are getting a crystal clear vision of what you're shooting for this month. What are your goals? How many customers do you want to bring on board? How many distributors do you want to bring on board? You guys have probably seen this, but something I do every single month is this is my one for March, but I print out a sheet of how many customers I want to get, how many distributors I want to get, and then I keep these and I jot down on them at the end of the month when commissions post what my commissions are, if I hit my goal, if I was above my goal, if I was short on my goal, just so I can see and hold myself accountable. So I love doing this. I have my charts out. You know, this is my one from last month too. I have everything on my messy desk right now from last night still, but I have my charts out. I have them ready to go. I'm keeping track of where I'm going. Make sure, I love it, Michelle. I see you sharing your chart. Make sure that you're setting a roadmap for yourself, because if you're just going into this month with no intentions, you're just kind of thinking, well, I'm just going to work hard and we'll see what happens, you will not hit your goals. I promise you. I promise you. It's so interesting because actually I was having a conversation with Marissa DeMaio. I think she's on here. I think I saw her on here. But anyways, yep, I see you. She started doing this, and I believe it was just last month you started doing this, right? Just give me a head nod. And so she printed herself out a little sheet, and she started keeping track of it, and she was like, oh my gosh, it's just so crazy. Like, this is the first month that I'm going to hit my goals. Like, I didn't just say it, I actually put it to paper, and that's when the magic happened. So make sure that you guys are doing that. Just real quick, okay. VIP, if you guys made it into VIP last month, I put a post on this on Legacy, but if you made it in our VIP club, you got 4 loyal customers or that were personally enrolled by you. They can't have been placed under you. You had to enroll them. 4 new loyal customers in the month of March or more. 3 personally enrolled distributors, so it's one or the other, or all of them, that's great. So, or you got 3 distributors, or if you had over 1,000 BV, comment on that post, because every month we do a VIP coaching group for people that are hitting those goals every single month. So if you did that, make sure you comment on that so that we can get you into that group. We're going to kick that off tomorrow. If you did the host to post giveaway with us last month, I need your names by tonight at the very latest. If I do not have them tonight, your people will not get into the drawing, because I'm going to do that first thing in the morning tomorrow. And then our boom contest, holy crap, you guys like blew me out of the water with this. I thought we were going to have like a handful of entries. There's so many. I needed to take time to like go through them all. So I will be doing the drawing for that contest tomorrow. So thank you for your patience on that. It was a late night last night with month end. I had to catch up a little bit today, but we will get those contest winners announced tomorrow. Congratulations for tearing that up. Just some stats for you guys before we hop into it. Our team volume was up over $75,000 last month from the month of March. That is just insane. We brought in 629 new distributors as a team, and we brought in 2,125 new loyal customers. Like, what? Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. So it's so exciting to see what we can do together as a team. So, okay, let's get into tonight's topic. I'm super, super excited about it. If you guys have questions, put them in the chat down below. If this is your first Zoom, you'll see a little chat bubble. Any questions you have, pop them in there as we're going through the speakers, and we'll make sure to answer those questions at the end of the Zoom. So we're going to go ahead and get it kicked off, and I'm excited about tonight because we are going to be talking to some people who promoted last month for some of our leadership level ranks and got themselves a good bonus. So they're going to be sharing with you a little bit about their stories, but then the best part, they're going to be sharing with you some tips on how they got it done and things that you can implement into your business to help you reach your goals as we head into the new month. So I am going to start with Kenzie. I think I saw her on. Kenzie, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Yep.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? There you are. Yes.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. We had a long night together last night.
Yes, we did.
But it's fun. I'm feeling rested. I'm feeling good. I'm glad you're feeling good too. Okay, so let's just start with congratulations. So for everybody who doesn't know, this is Kenzie Jackman. She's going to share a little bit about her story, but she just promoted late last night. We didn't even see it roll over into the system until like I got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and finally saw it. But she promoted late last night to our Diamond Leadership Level promotion. She has only been in this business for about 4 months, and she is just tearing it up. So Kenzie, if you can just start by introducing yourself to everybody, sharing a little bit about yourself and how you got introduced to this company.
Okay. Well, I'm Kenzie. I was introduced to this company from Crystal at a wrap party that my friend was doing about 7 or 8 years ago. Well, she introduced me to it, and I have been following her. I never took the leap just because I had other stuff going on, and it was always just on the back burner, but I knew that I needed something different with my life, and she was doing all the right things, and she has the life that I was wanting and that my family was wanting. So I don't know, I just randomly reached out to her one day, and I told her I'm ready. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 little boys, and I was sick and tired, literally so tired of just the everyday life that a stay-at-home mom does. The laundry, the cooking, the cleaning, the baths, the getting ready for bed, and the crying and the tantrums, and I just could not do it anymore. My self-worth was totally shot. I didn't have confidence. I could barely hold a conversation, and that's when I knew that it was time. When we would go out with friends and I could barely even be myself because I never was around people. I never had really any adult interaction. So that's why I joined. I didn't join for needing an extra income or so I didn't need the extra income. I joined because I needed the personal development. I needed something more for myself. I needed girls that I could talk to and be comfortable with. And let me tell you, I'm growing as a person every single day, and I absolutely love it. I've never felt better about myself than I do now. And I'm just so pumped for my future. I'm pumped for my team's future. And I know that if we work hard, that we're gonna go to the top. And I'm very confident of that.
Awesome. I love it. So a couple things I want to mention about Kenzie's story, because it's been interesting. And I love this story because, like she said, we had met probably, we're assuming, I think I was pregnant with Corbin. But so we had probably met like 7 or 8 years ago, something like that. And we just connected on social media. But, as far as I can remember, like, I don't remember you like blowing up my posts and like commenting on everything that I posted or even liking my stuff. So it was really interesting when she reached out to me, because she had said, I've been watching you a long time and I never had any idea. So keep that in mind, because you have people that are watching you. They're watching what you're doing. They're following your excitement. And even if the timing just isn't right in their life at that time right now, that doesn't mean that they won't ever be ready. And even, thinking back to, when you reached out to me, you were skeptical. You had done another business similar to this before, and you didn't get the results that you wanted with that business. And so we talked for probably 2 days, like on Facebook Messenger, back and forth, like all day long. And so I remember thinking, I'm like, I think she's gonna do good, but I don't know. She asked me more questions than I've ever been asked before she signed up.
I was testing you.
Yeah, so you were skeptical, you were scared, you weren't sure if it was going to work for you because you had done something before that didn't turn out the way you wanted. And I've been able to watch you grow through, the last 4 months just into this amazing leader. And you're definitely just somebody that cares so much about your customers and your team. And I know you want so much for them. And so I'm just really proud of you and what you're doing. So share with us a little bit about, okay, so Diamond in about 4 months. That's a big deal. It took me almost a year to go Diamond. And for a lot of people, it takes them even longer than that. So you have done this very fast. What are some of the things that you would say have led to your success? I know, I kind of know some of them because I've been able to watch your journey very closely, but I want you to share with everybody else what you're doing, because you're working your butt off. You've worked hard for this. So share with everybody a little bit about some of the things that you feel like have helped you to be successful.
Not giving up, honestly. Like, I do not give up. I am very, very competitive. When I have my mind set on something, I'm going to go for it no matter what it takes. I always want to be on the top, and that's big for me. I grew up with 2 other brothers that were always pushing me to my limits, forcing me to do better with sports, that is. But so I've just grown up with having that competitive attitude, having that wanting to do better, wanting to do more, not backing down. Like, if somebody isn't getting back to me on my messages, I'm still following up with them. I'm finding different ways to follow up with them. I reach out to my leaders. I can't even tell you how many times I reached out to Crystal, and I apologized multiple times. Like, I'm sorry that I'm asking you the same things. And she's like, no, keep asking, because that's how you learn. When you're following up and when you're asking questions over and over and over again, that's how you're going to learn. And consistency is key. Like, you can't just send out 4 messages and then think that's okay. For Host to Post, for example, I send out so many messages to people and my friends asking for them to do Host to Post for me, like 25 a day almost. And that's big, because it's a numbers game. If you're only doing 5 messages and then you get upset that, well, I didn't get anybody to respond, it's because you're not doing enough. And you need to put it all. You need to give it your all. And if you don't, you're not going to get it. And not giving up is really big. Another thing is being intentional with your time. For me, being home with my boys, I was on my phone a lot. I gotta admit, I was on my phone a lot, and it was hard in the beginning. When I first started this business, it was hard because they weren't used to that. They weren't used to mommy having a job. My whole time was spent with them and doing stuff around the house. And so just really sticking to it and not letting things get in the way. Like if you tell yourself that you can't do something, you're not going to do it. So words of affirmation is huge. We speak it all the time here in our family. We speak it over our children. My husband speaks it over me. I speak it over him. And like, it works. When we tell each other, like, you're going to get this, you are diamond, you can enroll 12 customers a month or even 5 customers a month. It's going to happen. You just have to speak it upon yourself, and you just have to do it. If you want it bad enough, you're going to get it. And I want it bad enough. Like, I care so much about my team. I want them to be where I'm at. I was following up with, I still do. I follow up with my team all the time, asking them how they're doing, telling them I'm praying for them. I'm praying for them to be successful, not just because I want it for myself, I want it for my team. And I think when you really care about your team and about your customers and not just yourself, then the numbers are going to show for it and you're going to grow. So, yeah.
Awesome. I love that. And I think that the consistency and the follow-up, that's something that you're so good at. And I'm glad that you said that, because I know you're constantly reaching out to me and you're like, okay, well, what should I say for follow-up now? Like, here's where the conversation's at. And it might be somebody that you've literally reached out like 4 or 5 times and you were like, well, I'm not stopping until they tell me no. So what's a creative way that I can follow up? And so you were really good at that. And, I want to tell people about that because it's important. On average in sales, the majority of your sales will not happen. I think it's 90% do not happen until the 7th to 9th contact. So if you are only following up with somebody 1 or 2 times, what you're doing is you're leaving that potential open for somebody else to come along, like me or Kenzie or Christina or, somebody else, and be like, hey, have you ever heard about this? Well, now I'm reaching out to you on the 3rd contact, and I'm going to continue following up with you. So you're going to be my customer. So make sure that that doesn't happen to you. I have had that happen to me, and it doesn't feel good when you see a potential distributor that you were talking to sign up with somebody else who's better at follow-up than you were, or a customer. So you want to make sure that you're doing that follow-up. And then host to post, that's so huge. I know that's been a game changer for me in my business this year. I've talked a lot about it. So would you say the majority of your customers coming in are from host to post, or are they people that you've had in your network, people that you've known in your network, throughout, or are they pretty much all from host to post?
They're from host to post. Honestly, 99% of my customers are from host to post, and I'm building a friendship with them. I'm building a relationship with them. And yeah, I mean, there are some people that literally don't get back to me, or they're just not interested anymore, but I move on. You guys, there are so many people out there that want these products. They want what we have to offer. And if you're worrying about 5 people that were interested at one time and now they're just not getting back to you, move on. They're following you on Facebook. They see what you post because you've been messaging them, but move on from them, because there's seriously 100 other people out there that are waiting for that one text or that one message or that one post that they come across on their friend's wall, and it sparks in them, and they're like, oh my gosh, and then they sign up with you. So you can't worry about the people that aren't getting back to you, because there are so many others that are waiting for you. And like Crystal said, somebody else is going to get them if you aren't, being consistent and following up with those people. So host to post is huge. I am so thankful for host to post, because that's it. That is how I built my network. That's how I got all my customers. I've gotten a lot of distributors from host to post as well. And that's by just when I'm talking to a potential customer, I always bring up the business opportunity. I tell them how excited I am about it and what it already has done for myself and my family. And I'm just sharing a little information about it. If they're not interested, then fine, no big deal. But I've got like 3-4 customers or distributors off of Host to Post. So I live by Host to Post. Seriously. And sharing your products too. Like I do videos of me making my coffee. Sometimes I'll talk in them and sometimes I'll just do just the video of me, how I make it. But videos are huge because there's always new people that are looking at my stories, and people will reach out to me and they're like, hey, I saw your video on Facebook, your coffee, like about your coffee. What's the deal with it? So those are really big too. And because they only last for 24 hours. So you have to do them. You have to be consistent with them. Consistency is huge. That's like one of my main things is being consistent and not giving up. Because if you give up, you're already failing.
Yep, absolutely. It's the only way to fail. Okay, so last question I have for you, because I want to make sure that I picked your brain on this because you're so good at this. So you're bringing in these customers like crazy. I think that you just rock it out with customers especially. But not only are you bringing in these customers, like all of your customers' orders are like 100 BB or more. Like it's crazy. Whenever I see an order in the downline and I'm like, oh my gosh, she just got a customer with a $150 order. And she got a customer with a almost $200 order. I mean, it's crazy. So share with everybody a little bit about that, because I think that sometimes people get fearful. I don't know, like sometimes when we come into this business, we have a broke mentality. We think everybody's broke. Nobody can afford these products, you know, so we're scared to offer them the products that they need because we don't want them to say, oh, I can't do that, it's too expensive or whatever it may be. And I just have a feeling that you do not go into any conversation with that, because I see on your orders that you're getting these very high orders. So what are you doing to make sure that your loyal customers are coming in with, you know, at least 2 to 3 products?
I start high. So a lot of the times, like I'll start right off the bat suggesting 4 products. And right there, I know that it's going to be over a $200 order. And if they say that that's not going to work, then I'll take a product off. But then I always remind them that if they are using more than 1 product, more than 2 products, they are going to get better results. They're going to get faster results, and they're going to be overall happier. And that right there with me, just by telling them that, they just order more because it's true. And I just always start high, because if you're right off the bat only offering 1 product for them and they say, okay, yeah, let's do it, then you have to somehow try to get back. You have to backtrack and be like, okay, well, I also have this, or would you be willing to also do this? So if you're already giving them 4 options or 5 options, like I've been doing the Summer Slim Down, which is the skinny coffee. So right there is already 2 bags of coffee, because you need 2 bags to last the month. It's the greens. And then I add the cleanse in there, and I add Thermophyte X in there. And then I even bring up the wraps. If you want to take your results to the next level, once you start losing weight, your skin is going to need to get tighter and toned. So the wraps are going to be a total game changer for that. And I don't know, it just it works. And if they say, you know, I can't do that today, or I can't do that much, then I'll take a product off, and I'll be like, okay, well, you know, that's fine. We can always add that on next month. So why don't we do these for now, and then next month we can see where you're at and then add that on next month. So just start high. Give them the option, or don't give them the option to only choose 1 product right away.
Yep, I love that. And that's exactly what I do. I always start my conversations with, well, here's what most people do. Here's what and that's another thing. Like, I feel like people want to do what everybody else is doing. So it's just like a psychology thing. But I love that tip. I think that's awesome. Okay, yeah. So there's just
Stand
one
above the noise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stand above the noise.
Absolutely. Okay, so one question came through on the chat, and then we're going to move on to the next person. But Michelle said, what's a good message you are using when you're asking people if they'd like to host a post? I'm assuming you just keep it pretty simple, but what are you messaging people when you're asking them to do one for you?
It's a script that I send out. Well, this last one was for the drawing, so and I can post it, but it's basically saying, hey, are you willing to help me out with something? I'm in the process of building my business with It Works, and I don't know it off the top of my head, but because now it's not on my brain, but I can post it. It's basically saying that I recently am getting started with It Works, and so I'm trying to reach out to people who aren't in my network. Would you be willing to help me out since I run my business by word of mouth? Something like that. But honestly, it's the same script that I send to everybody. Like, I literally just go down my Facebook friends and just send it all out. So I can post it.
That would be great. When we get the replay, if you just want to post it in the comment section in there so that we'll have that would be awesome. And it's probably something, I mean, I'm not a big, like, I mean, I have scripts and whatnot, but typically I'm replying to people and I'm doing the giveaway, the drawing. So I have my set script that I'm doing with that. But if I'm just reaching out to people, I just tell them, like, you know, hey girl, I'm just reaching out to you and seeing if you'd be willing to do me a favor. I work my business through word of mouth. Is there any chance you'd be able to post on your wall for me, and in exchange I can get you an entry into our awesome giveaway we're doing this month, or whatever it may be. I mean, you don't overthink it. It just keep it short and sweet, and just tell people we work our business through word of mouth. It's no different than the way realtors work their business, the way insurance agents work their business. They're always asking people for referrals. So it's no different than that. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for the tips and the ideas. We're so stinking proud of you. We know that this is like a small stepping stone for you, because you're just going to go to the top. I absolutely know that, and I believe that. So excited for you. So excited for your team. And yeah, we're just excited. So, okay, Kenzie. All right. I am going to pass it over to Christina, because one of her personally enrolled distributors also just hit a big rank this month. So she's going to interview her.
Hey, everybody. Oh, Kenzie, that was so good. I just love it. Good to see your confidence, and it just makes me so proud, because you have just grown so much. And I haven't even met you, but like, I just have watched you, and it's so cool. So congratulations. That's so awesome.
I never used to be that confidence like this. I never used to have confidence like this. So just in these 4 months of being around all of you awesome girls and everything you've taught me, and not being afraid, like, you girls have really taught me to come out of my comfort zone, and it's been a real game changer.
I love it. I'm so proud of you. I just love it. And I can't wait to keep watching you grow. So congratulations.
Thanks.
All right. Well, I am excited because I have Michelle, who is somebody I also met back in 2000 and I think it was 16 that we met. We met in Chicago at the hair show, and she is somebody who has definitely just stepped up her game for sure. And she has worked her butt off. So I would love to introduce Michelle. She just promoted to Diamond yesterday. So I'm so proud of you, Michelle. So do you want to just share a little bit of your story and just touch on kind of like how long ago we actually started talking and a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Everyone could hear me, right?
Yep.
So first time on. Okay. So, yeah, we met at the hair show. You were right, 2016. I didn't just had, I had my first son like 6 months before. And I walked by your booth. I was a stay-at-home mom. I did hair on the side, so I went to the hair show, and I walked by your booth, and I saw a before and after picture of the wraps. And the before picture is exactly what I looked like. My stomach was just all stretched and whatever. So yeah, I was like, okay, $25, I'll try it. And after we took it off, I was like really impressed by the results. So I was like, I became a customer for the wraps. And then I think after my 3-month auto shipment, you never really heard from me again. And then we ran into each other the following year at the hair show again. I saw you. And then I was pregnant. And that's when you were like, oh, you'd be great as a distributor. And at first I was like flattered about it. But then in the back of my head, I was like, she probably says that to everybody. So I was like, oh, I've always, I never wrote it off. I always thought maybe that would be cool to do something like that.
Oh, you cut out.
And I want to go for it.
Okay, you're back.
Oh, do you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So I'm the type of person that when I decide to go for something,
You're cutting out again.
really right time. I had my baby. Do you hear me?
Yep, it's just cutting out a little bit.
Oh, my connection is bad, it says. Hold on, let me go somewhere else.
The beauty of technology, right? I'm glad it's not just me.
I know. We never know, like, if it's going to work for us or if I earn. I mean, we rely on internet for a lot.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, when I go for something, I really want to go for it. I never wrote it off. I always thought maybe something like this would be kind of cool to do, just to see how far I could go with it. And so yeah, I just kind of watched you, and then it was just good timing because it was the $20 to sign up, and I was about to go on vacation, so I wanted wraps again. And I knew the wraps were in the kit, so that was my plan, is to get the wraps for $20, and that's that. But when we were talking, I don't know. I wanted the information anyways, just in case. And then after we got done talking and you signed me up, I put my post out there, and like I feel like I didn't really have a choice. It kind of like blew up. People started messaging me. Like, I think that first month, I don't even know, like 8 customers I got, and messages just started coming in. I don't know, once I put it out there. So that was in November that I signed up. So it was also 4 months ago. I think next week will be 5 months. But yeah.
And that's just crazy because I remember you telling me, and I remember saying I remember even Crystal, we were at the hair show, I was like, gosh, Crystal, I want her to sign up. She'd be so good at this. And like, we had a connection, like we still kept in contact. Like we were still, friends on Facebook, and I watched you and your journey, and we still were friends. But you're right. You just I brought it up, I think like 7 times to you. And I looked back through my messages before I signed you up. I was like, every time she said, no. But I think just the power of these 2 stories that you guys have just heard is like, I just want that to kind of go in your guys' brain for a minute. Like, we had met, back in 2016. Kenzie and Crystal met 7 years ago. It just wasn't the right time. They watched us. And I think that's just so important. And I love that part of your story because I feel like it wasn't the right time for you, but I always believed that you would do this. And so when you said that you're going to sign up, I was like, yeah. And then she was, but I'm not going to do anything. And I'm like, no, you just think you're not going to do anything. I know you're going to do something. So I just love that part because I think it's so cool. And we met at a hair show, but we still stayed in contact. And so it's just a super blessing to know you, because I've really gotten to know you over the last few years, and I'm just so proud of you. But so you went Diamond in 4 months, which again, like Crystal said, is really fast. I definitely did not go Diamond in 4 months. That is for sure. And so I want to kind of pick your brain a little bit, because you are somebody as well. You guys are very similar, who is just phenomenal at getting customers. I mean, you can bring customers in like nobody's business. I remember talking to you a few days ago, and I was kind of like paranoid because I'm like, God, I don't have very many customers this month. I went on vacation. I'm like, hey, how many customers do you have? And she's like, oh, like 21. And I'm like, oh gosh, she's killing me. So and I'm competitive, like Kenzie said, so I'm like, okay, I got to get more. So I think it's so cool that you are so good at getting customers. So I want to ask you this. What do you do to get your customers?
So I post every day consistently on things. If I'm having a conversation with someone like that they're kind of interested in something and I kind of know like their story, I try to do my posts around certain people, like target people, but have them not really know I'm targeting them, like so I could reel them in that way sometimes. So I do that. Parties, I know it's old school. But like I've been doing since I signed up, I think I did a party a month. And like those are huge. I got 5 customers my last party. I feel like if I did not have this party, I would not have gone diamond. Like 5 customers, they all had big orders and I made $125 cash just because everyone did a facial or a wrap. And I had one girl at the party, her wrap results, I've never seen anything like it. Like they're amazing. And not so in the party, everybody saw those results. So it was like everyone was amazed by it. So that kind of like spread the word that way too. And so yeah, I know sometimes it's hard to do a parties, but have like your mom have friends over or a cousin or an aunt or anybody that's close to you that will just do it as a favor for you. And then from there, I do little things like if you have a party for me, then obviously you get a free facial or free wrap. Plus, if you get a certain amount of sales, then you also get a free gift. So that will help the people want to up their sales to help their friends. So I don't know, I just have little incentives like that to get people to host another party for me. So yeah, that's one thing I would definitely recommend that I don't think a lot of people do. It's not necessary, but it brings in a lot. And then also just haps. I mean, I don't do as many as Kenzie does, and I don't just message just everybody in my friends list. I do it more who I'm comfortable with, and I kind of look at their friends and groups and make sure we don't have so many friends in common and make sure they have enough friends that it's going to reach enough people. And then so I kind of pick and choose that way. But yeah, I mean, I still feel like a newbie. I've never done a live video on Facebook. I feel like I'm not going to be good at that. But
This is your month. You're a diamond now.
I know.
I've been asking you for like weeks, and now you have to do it because you're a diamond. Well, you don't have
I
to.
feel like I'm so boring. Like my voice is boring. Like I don't know.
Oh, I just love you. You're so great. So one thing that I really, really love about Michelle is she had messaged me. For those of you that don't know about me, I also did parties to get me to diamond. Not as fast as Michelle. So I definitely did not do that. So parties are kind of something I like to share with my team that I think help people because they're powerful. You have a room packed full of 4 to 7 people, and that is a big party. So if you think like 3 people at a party is not a big party, that can be like a $400 party. And so I always bring the idea up. And I remember knowing just at the moment when Michelle says to me, after she told me, I'm not going to do anything with the business. And then literally the next conversation we had, so like, could you do a party if you want to? And I'm like, oh, she is going to do so good. So I love that she's not afraid to do something different. And I love that she said it's old school, but you guys really post to post are the same thing as a party. But when you can get in front of people, live, real people, and you put a wrap on them and they can see the results, the entire party is like, oh, okay, well now I can try the sample of coffee. I can feel the wrap. Like, I think everybody should be doing parties. They are amazing. And I think that it's so huge that you said that because parties are old school, but they're just so powerful. And you're right. I remember you telling me that you had that party. You and Cheyenne, I think, had that party, and you guys brought in like a ton of customers, or maybe whoever it was, but you guys brought in like a ton of customers and high sales. And so that for sure helped you go diamond this month. So I want to ask you too, because I know this already about you, but I want you to share with everybody else. How much involvement do you have with your team on a daily basis?
We talk almost every day. I talk to everybody on my team that is working almost every day, trying to just say, okay, here's where we're at today. Here's where we need to be at. Like, you got this, do that. Like, any questions? It's just every day I try to get in contact with them.
Yeah, and I think you have a very close-knit team. I know because I've been in conversations with you guys. And do you think that helped you get to diamond quicker?
Definitely. I mean, having my team around me and just they were putting in orders at the last minute for me to get to diamond, to get a bonus. Like, what kind of business do you have coworkers to do that for you? So, I mean, I'm just really appreciative to all of them. And now I'm like so happy that this bonus is getting, or the rank up bonus is getting extended. So now we could get Cheyenne on.
I know, I can't wait. There's like so many more diamonds that are going to pop this month, and I'm just so excited. Okay, my last question is, how often do you message every day? Like, do you do it every day? Do you do it all day long? What do you do?
Like, what do you mean? Like sending?
Like follow-ups.
Oh, I do it pretty much every day. And I mean, not everybody every day.
Yeah.
So, like, it depends on, I do my personal work every day, but like, as far as how often I follow up on one person, it depends on them. Like, if they need to wait for a paycheck or something like that. If they're just thinking about it and just never get back to me, I try to do like every day to every other day, not be too annoying. I try to think of ways, like in my head, why to message them. Like, oh, I forgot to tell you this, or, oh, by the way, this is going on right now. So just to like get on their radar again, because we're not on people's minds all the time, especially they don't want to spend money. Like, you need to follow up. It's so huge. And Kenzie was talking about it a little bit, but just to say it again, like in the beginning, I mean, I wasn't a huge user of the products. Like, I used the wraps and I think the greens back like 3 years ago. So I was nervous to like sell all the products to people because I didn't know if it worked or what. And like, to me, it's like coffee that makes people lose weight, and I didn't even try it yet. And I'm telling people this. And so I was selling the coffee, but like not confidently. Like, I was nervous. Like, these people are going to get this coffee and then they're going to tell me it's not going to work. And what do I do? And so, but then like now people are coming to me and being like, holy cow, I lost, 6 pounds in 9 days. Or I have one customer who's lost 25 pounds in less than 2 months just on, I mean, she has a diet she's been doing, but just coffee. She doesn't use any other products. And like, also I would only sell like 1 bag of coffee to somebody. And now looking back, it's like, what's the point of that? Because they're not going to get the results they need. So like, I don't recommend selling just 1 bag of coffee. I don't even give that option anymore. It's like, okay, they're $39 a bag and you get 2 for the month's supply. Like, that's what I say. So don't be afraid to sell these products because they do work. And now that I'm 4 months into it, I'm getting feedback like from these people that are like happy about the products. I mean, you always get a couple that, it doesn't agree with them or they can't use it for some reason, but like, if they do work, so don't be shy to sell them because it will make a difference for people.
That's so good. I like that so much. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I cannot wait to see you go double and all of your team go, and I'm just so proud of you. So congratulations again on earning your $10,000 bonus.
Thank you.
All right, so I am so honored to talk to our next person because Crystal Pearl just went double diamond on her 2.0. You guys, this is huge. I mean, if you guys don't understand like how huge this is, not only is she ambassador, but then when you go ambassador, you get to open a new account and you get to start all over. So that means that she's gone double diamond, and then Josh, she's gone on that account, and now she went again. So 3 times she's done this. So I am just excited because I thought you guys would want to hear from her, because she is somebody who I look up to. Every month I'm like, okay, what are you doing? I want to do what you're doing. I want to be like you. And I literally tell her that every month. So Crystal, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Yeah, you reached out to me. You're like, well, can I interview you? I'm like, sure, I guess. I can be on the other end of this. So
well, it's fun. Everybody wants to know what you're doing. So, and I ask you all the time. But I do have a couple questions, because I feel like a lot of people are brand new and they're like, holy buckets. So you have been in 8 years. And I know how you do a lot of things, because I literally am like behind you, like, okay, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. So I thought, if I am curious and I like to do what you're doing, I want you to share with others. So the first thing I wanted to ask you is, each month you set out, and this, again, you guys, she just showed you this. I just printed mine out. I literally copy everything she does. So you guys have to find a cat that you want to copy and then do what they're doing if they're successful. And I heard that very early on in my business. You can copy the cat, but it has to be the right cat. So why did you start setting these big goals for yourself? I mean, there's like 27 loyals each month and 5 DTs. And when I saw that, I was like, I'm not like a mass recruiter. How am I going to do all that? So what made you set that big of a goal every month?
Okay, so honestly, this is kind of funny, because I've built my business, I feel like, pretty slowly, like slow and steady. I'm a turtle. Okay, so I joined this business. It's almost been 9 years. It'll be 9 years in July. And when I joined this business, they always said you need to do your steps to success. That's how you become successful in this business. You set that goal for yourself every single month. So the steps to success are to enroll 3 distributors on your team every month and 4 customers. And so I was really consistent with that. Like I built to ambassador by literally doing the steps to success every single month. And I was never a mass recruiter. So when I heard people that were signing up like 20 customers a month, or, doubling their steps to success, I would just, it kind of baffled me. Like I didn't know how they were doing this. And so I just was kind of okay with it, because like I said, I reached my goals slow and steady. It's been solid. And it built my business. And I kind of just like made that be like a crutch for me, that I'm just a steps to success girl. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just a steps to success girl. That's what I do. It works for me. I can teach people how to do that. But then this last year, actually, it was funny, because I was pulling some numbers on our team, and I was seeing who the top enrollers were on our team, and it was Carrie Young, Natalie, I can never pronounce her last name the right way. I can't pronounce it. And Carissa, and I can't think of Carissa's last name off the top of my head either. But like these girls were bringing in, like on average, like 20-something customers a month. They brought in over a year's time. Also, here I was gonna say, if I have my calculator, I can figure it out, because it's, let's see. Because I remember I was like, I'm gonna do that. Why can't I do that? So they were doing. I decided I wanted to just up my game. So I said, these girls are bringing in like 100 distributors a year. Like it's crazy. And so for me, I said, you know what? I just want to double what I did last year. I know that I can do that. And I want to make a goal that I'm bringing in at least 1 customer or 1 distributor every single day. So I said, if I want to double my distributor goal, I brought in 30 last year. I want to bring in 60 distributors this year. So I broke that down, and I said, okay, that means that I'm going to have to bring in 5 distributors a month to meet my goal. And then I want to bring in the rest that are going to be customers. So I just made these goal sheets, and that's what this is. It's 27. What, you just said it. I don't even know what's on here anymore.
I think it's 27.
I'm just screaming. So it's like 27 loyal customers and 5 distributors. And I remember when I printed that out, I was like, holy crap. Like, it scared the crap out of me because I'm one of those people. It's like I want to set my goal high, but I also don't want to disappoint myself. If any of you can relate to that, I'm one of those people. But I just said screw it. I was like, I know the season that we're in right now. We are in a season of momentum, and I see all of these girls doing this that honestly, like, they don't know what the heck they're doing. And I've learned a lot about networking in the last 9 years, And so I was just like, I can do this. Why am I selling myself short? And so I just printed it out. And you guys, again, I say this all the time, but magic happened. Like, I have them all in front of me, and it's like, it's crazy because this is what happened when I started doing it. This is January. Like, I didn't even have enough spots. I went over and above. And then the next month, I got more of the distributors than I did loyal customers, but I still got somebody every single day. And then last month I went 1 over on LCs and 1 over on DTs. And I firmly believe that that's just because I printed it out and I started filling it out, because this month we went on vacation. Just like Christina said, I took 10 days away and just kind of unplugged and just spent it with my family. But when I got home, I was on 311, and I had 8 loyal customers, and I'm like, I have a long ways to go, and we have only half a month left. And the majority of these loyal customers came after the 25th, because I was like, screw this, I'm getting this goal done this month. Like, it's gonna happen. And it did. So.
And and I remember us talking about this, and I just remember, like, and I'm like Crystal, I'm very much, a steps to success, like, and that I was content with that. And so when Crystal threw that out there, I'm like, crap, if she can do it, I'm going to try to do it. And something happened, because every month I have done way more than even 8 customers. And so you guys, I wanted you to hear that from Crystal, because there's power in having a goal. And Crystal is so incredibly good at this. And I've taught my team this, but and I'm sure you guys have heard it, but she takes things and she breaks it down into date, and it doesn't feel so overwhelming and so discouraging. And I feel like that has really honestly helped Crystal get to where she's at, because she's so good at breaking things down. Okay, let's just pull it together. What do we need to have? I only have 8 customers, and it's the 11th, and now I have how many days left? How many do I need a day? And so I think if you're ever in that place, just say, okay, what will Crystal do? Because she's so knowledgeable in that, and it's worked for her. You guys, she just went double diamond, like, again. So I love that you do that. And I knew that you were a steps to success girl. And when you said that you were doing that, I was like, she is out of her mind. Like, how am I going to keep up with her? And I have, though. And so I want you guys to hear that, because even though it might seem daunting and it might seem overwhelming, and maybe 27 is not your number, maybe your number is just doubling steps to success, maybe it's 8, put it down on paper, because something very special happens when you take pen to paper and it's in front of you and it's visual. So you guys, that's something I would highly recommend you doing.
Well, let me just real quick pop one more thing in there, because I want you guys to understand this. Like, here's the thing. I knew this was possible, but it scared me. I don't know that I fully knew that I could do it until I did it. And then when I did it, I was like, okay, now I know I can do this. Like, why not? And so sometimes your goals are scary. You put them in front of you and you're like, okay, I know it can be done, but can I do it? You know what I mean? But you just have to try, and you have to push yourself. And if you really put everything all in to it, you're either going to hit your goal or you're going to learn a lot along the way towards your goal, and you're going to do better next month. So put it out there.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys, this is proven. Like, I sucked last month, but I mean, I am not a steps, and I'm doing what Crystal's doing. Like, I'm not filling in every box, but I'm trying every day. And so I want you guys just to get that, like, even though you don't maybe get it all, you're trying. And I feel like when you set your goal higher, you have to work harder to get to that goal. You're going to feel so much more like fulfilled when you're like, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try. And I get kind of irritated. I'm like, I don't have all these hearts filled in. Like, I need to get them filled in. So I really, really, really recommend it. It's something that's been a game changer for me for sure. Okay. Also, another thing that you do is you are very, very good about, I have notes and I'm trying to stick to them. Okay, your host to post. That's what I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I know you've talked a lot about it, but again, we have so many new people. So you are somebody that I believe over the last few months have really brought in a lot of distributors and customers. Well, I know you are because you've said that. How important do you think host to posts are? And how many do you think that you do in a day? Because I hear so many of my team say, oh my gosh, I've done so many host posts and I've gotten nothing. And I'm like, well, how many have you done? And they're like, well, like 3 for the month. So I just want them to understand that you're getting these results, but I want them to hear the actions that you're doing to get to those results.
Sure. So host to post have been a game changer for me in my business. Again, like I said, I was a solid steps to successor. The reason this is happening is because of host to post. And it's been insane what it's done for my business. Not only it's not like every single month I'm doing like hundreds of host to posts, but all of my current business is from host to post. It could be people that I talked to back in August, but they're people that I talked to while doing host to post. And so it's so important. It's been such a game changer in this last year for our business. And I'll be honest, I was kind of one of the ones that was like a little hesitant about getting involved in host to post. Christina was kind of actually the one that like brought this idea to our team. And I was like, yeah, that's great for people that don't have a network and are looking to reach more people. You know, I have enough follow-up to do, so I'm just not going to go there. And then I did it for the first time, and I'm like, what the hell? I was missing out. and I fell in love with it. But here's the thing with host to post. Host to post, it's everything in our business. Being in this business 9 years, you have to do what works. When I first started this business, it was all about parties. That's how we built this business. That's what we did. Parties, events, face-to-face. Then social media started growing, and we had to learn how to do things on social media. You always have to be willing to adapt. Right now, host to posts are working, so don't wait, because host to posts probably won't always work for us. They're going to be here for a season. And I've learned that with this business, that if something's working, learn how to do it and learn how to do it well, because it's just going to be a season. And then there's going to be that next big thing that is going to be working for some hot little rock star new girl that then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, we need to do this. So always be willing to change and adapt, and don't wait to figure out how you know everything, how to do everything about host to post. Just start doing it and you're going to learn. But I started out doing probably like my first month, so I did a giveaway post, and I got a lot of comments on my giveaway post. And so I've mostly worked my host to post off of my giveaways because I get a lot of comments on them. And so I started with doing just 10 a day. And I was like, I'm going to just do 10 a day, and I'm going to see the results that I get. So typically if I do 10 a day, I'll find one person that I actually get comments on their posts, and they're a good one. So I kind of turned it into a game where I'm like, okay, how can I find this? Josh makes fun of me, my husband. I'm like, I'm going to go fishing for a little bit. So I'm looking for people that I think would do well. They have a good social media presence. They're going to get interaction on their posts. A lot of posts that you put out there will not get any comments, but then you'll find somebody that posts for you, and then all of a sudden there's like 20 comments on their post. So I love that because, now I have a potential distributor. I'm going to be talking to them about the opportunity because they can be making money by doing what they just did for me. All of these customers and leads could be theirs. They got that from one post. So I found that. And then 2, I'm getting customers from it. And so what I always do is I make sure that I'm friending the person who comments on the post, the potential. And I love that because it's helping me to expand my network, where it's not just me now looking for people locally or finding like friends of friends and making connections there. You know, I still do all that stuff, but these hosts of posts, they're people from all over the place. And so it's really helping me to expand my network because I'm friending these people, we're having a conversation, but then the follow-up is the key to host to post, because you can't think you're going to do 2 host to posts, you're going to get 100 comments, they're all going to become customers, and then you're going to do another one, and they're all going to become customers, and then you're going to do that. That's not how it works. Typically, you do a host to post, you get 20 comments, you maybe get 1 or 2 customers out of it, and you have a whole group of people that you can now start building a relationship with and following up with. Because even if they don't order today, you know they're interested in weight loss, or you know they're interested in growing out their hair, or you know they're interested in whatever the host to post was. They're interested. So now your job is to create a friendship with them, to help them to fall in love with you through social media, because we hear it all the time. People buy from people they know, like, and trust, and just be a friend. And when they're ready, you're going to help them reach their goals. So when I started this in August, the majority of my business since, like, I would say February, March, and April has all been from host to post that I did this summer. so it's crazy how that happens. But then just this month, just to be I'm going to be completely transparent and honest with you guys. When we went on vacation this month, I felt like so I'm pregnant, I'm doing 2 months, and I'm tired, and I wanted to take a week to just unplug with my family because I knew that it's going to be our last trip of just the 5 of us before the baby comes. And so that threw me off. When I got home, I was like, okay, I'm going after these big goals, and I feel like half my month is gone. So what can I do to really amp up the results? And so I did a giveaway post. I hadn't done any. I put the giveaway together for everybody, and I'm like, if I don't do any, that's fine. I'm happy to put it together for everybody. That was kind of just my mentality with it. And then I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to end the month strong. I did a giveaway post. I got probably, I think it was 80 comments on it. So I just started going through and messaging them. And I sent them the script that I send to you guys every single time. Hey, would you be willing to post for me? In exchange, I'll get you an entry into our drawing. So out of the 80 messages that I sent out to people, probably about 40 or 50 got back to me. So I probably did 40 or 50 hosted posts. The majority of those probably didn't get any comments. I honestly probably signed all of my customers from 6 good hosted posts. So if you're not doing more than 2 or 3, you're not going to get the results. You have to do more. So they work. It's just about finding those. It's about going fishing. You just have to find the people that can help you to bring in the customers.
And I think that's so powerful. I want you guys to really grasp that. You can't just do 10 and expect for you to have 5 hosted posts going and sign 20 people. I think I ended up doing, again, I went on vacation too, and I felt the same way. I didn't do nearly as much as I wanted. And I was irritated with myself. I was so irritated with myself. I messaged Chris. I'm like, I'm just pissed. I did not do as much as I want to do. And I get angry. So I did the same thing. I came home and I went to work, and I did a heck of a lot better than I thought. But I think I did 29 host posts. I don't know. I sent it to Crystal. I don't remember now, but something like that. And I knew I could have done more, but you guys, even out of that, I signed from the 22nd when I got home. I signed 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 customers in 5 days because of host to post. So you have to understand that it's not going to just happen like that. It takes time, and it takes building that network and interacting and connecting with people. I know Crystal does all of that. I know that. I've been on power hours with her where that's one of our tasks is interacting with people, building a friendship and getting to know them. And like you said before, Crystal, they maybe are going to say no right now, but they're going to watch you. And there is going to come a time when they're going to say, I remember her, just like I did with Michelle. There's going to be a time where she was ready and I was genuinely a friend with her. I wasn't trying to just make a sale or just wanted her to sign up just because it was because I genuinely wanted her, but it wasn't the right time for her. And so just know that Crystal's been in for almost 9 years. I've been in for 8 years. And when we say that it takes time, it takes time of people trusting in you and watching you and building your network. And I'm just so proud of Crystal because she leads this team absolutely incredibly so well. And she isn't just telling you to do things. She's actually taking the actions herself and putting in the work right alongside with us. And I just am so thankful for everything you do for all of us because you do all of our giveaways. You do all of our, you do it all. You are a Wonder Woman. So I just want to say I'm proud of you. I'm so honored to ask you these questions, and I'm so honored to call you a friend. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for just all you guys do. None of this would be possible without you. So I'm happy to do the giveaways. I'm happy to be the guinea pig, and just like Christina said, I will never ask you guys to do something that I'm not willing to do. So when I send out host to post or scripts, it's because I've tried them out to see if they work. Because if they don't work, I'll screw it up and I'll fix it and I'll make sure it's good before I send it to you guys. So we try to make it as easy as possible. At the end of the day, you have to do the work. You have to put the work in. You have to learn and grow. But we're going to do everything we can to accelerate your success and to help you to pick your brain and to figure out what does work well for you. Because something that works well for me might not work great for you, but maybe it's something that Christina does, or maybe it's something that Kenzie does or Michelle does that you can relate to and will work well for you and take your business to the next level. But, just just ending it with this, because I'm assuming we're going to be wrapping it up, but building relationships is so important, you guys. The reason that I've had so much success with Host to Post, and when I do my giveaway post, I want to touch on this just really fast because I know a couple of people have asked about this. Like when I do my giveaway post, I will get a lot of comments. You know, I'll get anywhere from 80 to 200 comments when I do a giveaway post. But the reason why is because for 9 years, I have been building relationships with these people on Facebook and on social media. And I try to always do good about inviting them into, this is what my life looks like. It's not just business. Like, here are my kids. Here's goofy things that happen to me. You know, today I did a post where my husband came home and he kissed me and my lips started bleeding. So I'm like, well, this is a great post. Who has this happen every day? So I make fun of ourselves, but what it does is it just makes people get to feel like they know you, to get to feel like they're a part of your family, to get to feel like they are friends with you. And so since I build those relationships, when people comment on my giveaway post and I ask them if they'd be willing to do a post for me, they are more than willing to do a post for me because they feel like we're friends. They feel like we built a relationship. They want to help me out. And so, you know, that's your goal, is to get your network to know, like, and trust you. And any way that you can do that, provide value to your network, provide friendship to your network, make fun of yourself and let people know that they're not alone in the crazy. That's really going to make a difference for you and your interaction. And it's something that's not necessarily business building, but it is business building at the same time. It's relationship building, and that's going to help you to be really successful. So thank you guys for everything. I don't know, Christina, did you have anything else you wanted to add in?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I am so excited to head into April with you guys strong. We will be back on next Monday. So definitely watch for that. It's always 8:30 Central. So get your goals out there. I asked this morning on a post, what are your goals for this month? I want to hear it. I want to hear you guys shout out what you're going after, because if you're not shouting it out, you're not going to hit it. I promise you. I promise you. So get it out there. Be loud about it. And let's get to work. It's going to be an incredible month. So thanks, everybody. Everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.